Here we go, final heat, 451.61 the time to beat.
This is a very important event for Brent Fikowski. This is, I don't want to say damage control. But we're flirting with that upper line of where his limit is as far as a clean is concerned, right? He's got wonderful technique and good strength, but what we've seen so far is what he's trying to do is not lose points to other athletes that are trying to chase him down. The problem is the ones that are running him down, on paper, are better at this event than he is.
Andre Uday, the first man in, and he's sort of this year's Bjorn Carl Gudmundsson. The guy's sitting in 9th place, he's a rookie. And Uday will be the first man to the barbell. And he will hit that as Scott and Saxon Panchik on the right side of your screen are synchronized. Justin Medeiros and Pat Vellner. Vellner's struggling a little bit. Medeiros is through first. And Brent Fikowski right behind him. But Scott Panchik, who's just gotten through that knee injury, staying towards the front of this heat as Andre Uday makes the turn.
What we saw with Scott is the way this injury is really working for him at the moment is that it's in impact things that are going to bother it the most. The sprint yesterday that we saw on the North Park field, but then he comes out and wins a heavy thruster event. So what his issue is dealing with the impact of the run, but if he can be in good positions on the clean, he's still very dangerous on a heavy bar, even though he's dealing with that knee injury.
Andre Uday making the turn. He'll be the first man ahead of Saxon Panchik to get to the 335-pound barbell. Justin Medeiros now stepping up as both Uday and Panchik are good. Scott Panchik hits his. Medeiros will be through his lift before either Fikowski or Vellner get to the barbell. Medeiros is only trying to make up 6 points on Fikowski for the overall lead.
Vellner looked much better on that lift than he did in lift 1, but we've seen that so far. Being the first bar, a heavy bar, heavier than what they ended with in event number 6.
And this is how close it is. Brent Fikowski just 6 points up on Justin Medeiros for that overall lead. Pat Vellner has been steadily moving up the leaderboard. He now sits in 3rd, but only 11 points up on Saxon Panchik. And Saxon can make up that deficit in this event.
And 6 points is just the difference between 2 places on the leaderboard. Saxon moving up ahead on that last run.
And he is walking up to the 340-pound barbell. He gets there just ahead of Andre Uday and gets right to work. Saxon's lift is good, and he is your new leader.
He's looking better.
The time to beat, 451.61. Uday is good. Justin Medeiros is good as Scott Panchik fails his lift. Now here comes Pat Vellner. And behind him is Brent Fikowski. Vellner at 340 is good.
Vellner's getting better every barbell.
Brent Fikowski will hit that.
That was his best lift. He was shaky on the first 2 sets.
But Saxon Panchik, again, just 11 points back of Pat Vellner for 3rd place. Guy Majeros at 451.61 seconds, and there's less than a minute to go before we hit that time.
Yeah, we ain't touching that time. No, nobody's touching that time in this heat.
So Guy Majeros might be able to start celebrating his 2nd event win here at the CrossFit Games. But there is still the battle for the podium and the top spot on the line here in heat number 4. Saxon Panchik up to 345.
Medeiros is creeping up on his left.
Saxon will hit that. Here comes Justin Medeiros. He is in the middle of your screen, middle right. No problem for him. Andre Uday on the left side. He will hit that. Pat Vellner is ahead of Brent Fikowski. Here comes Scott Panchik as well. Pat Vellner bottom right, hits 345. Brent Fikowski and Scott Panchik now to 345. And both of them will stand that up. Saxon Panchik, your leader. Guy Majeros officially wins his second event of the CrossFit Games. Here comes Saxon Panchik looking to win the heat. And he has a shot if he hurries at fourth place in the event. 5:37.32 seconds is the fourth best time. Royce Dunn looks like he's going to hang on to that, which means Zach Watts' time of 5:47 in fifth place is where Saxon is looking to land. And Saxon will hit that. And the younger Panchik shining inside the Coliseum and looking to get himself into the top three. Justin Medeiros is in, and he may be your new leader. Here comes Pat Vellner.
There's 3 points Medeiros needs.
Andre Uday helping out Medeiros. Medeiros right now 7th place in the event. Pat Vellner, he is through. Vellner makes it on top of the finish podium. Vellner will take 11th.
And there's 6 points Medeiros needed on Fikowski.
But Brent Fikowski trying to stay inside the top three. He will make 350. He is up. And Brent Fikowski will take 13th in event 7. That is a difference of 36 points.
Wow.
Justin Medeiros unofficially will be your new overall leader, so Fikowski might want to cut the sleeves off of that leader's jersey and just hand it to Medeiros to go with that sweet mullet.
Now, the thing with Fikowski is, yes, he lost the points at potentially the top position, but he was not upset with his performance, knowing that this is not going to be an event that's good for him.
Jordan Carl Gudmundsson is in. Gudmundsson, that will be 23rd in the event. And now Jonakoski is across. Less than 30 seconds to go before we hit the time cap. And it's Lazar Jukic, who is the last man on the floor. He and his brother both competing here at the CrossFit Games, like Scott and Saxon Panchik. And Jukic drawing on the energy from the crowd, and he is in. Every man in the final heat gets in inside that 8-minute time cap, and it's Justin Medeiros and Saxon Panchik who steal the show. Saxon Panchik will take a 5th place as he will move ahead, most likely of Pat Vellner for 3rd place. Overall, Justin Medeiros will be your new overall leader, and Brent Fikowski probably will drop